Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, Prime Minister Dean Barrow goes for medical appointment in the United States. Murders reported in the Orange Walk, Belize, and Cayo districts. And Yaksha Conservation Trust sponsors summer camp for children. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel.
Who said that deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions? Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Prime Minister Dean Barrow has traveled to the United States of America and will be absent from Belize for a week. A terse press release issued via the press office announced on Saturday, July 23rd, that Mr. Barrow is in the USA for a scheduled medical consultative appointment relating to his back ailment. Deputy Prime Minister Patrick Faber is acting PM until Mr. Barrow's scheduled return to Belize on Friday. There is trouble brewing in the sugar industry in the north, and it stems from a decision taken by BSI ASR to ask cane farmers to bear the brunt of the loss of income as a result of a Maillard reaction in one of the molasses tanks. BSI ASR claims that the deterioration of molasses occurred as a result of farmers delivering poor quality sugar cane. As such, BSI ASR is passing on 65% of the cost of the lost molasses income to the farmers, which is equivalent to $281,233. Deputy Leader of the People's United Party, Jose Mai, who is himself a cane farmer, says that BSI ASR is being unjust, unreasonable, and outrageous. We spoke with Mai this afternoon via telephone from Orange Walk.
Well, Patrick, the ASR company issued a release last week saying that there was molasses that was lost, molasses that was lost, and then they also sent out the second payment announcement. In the second payment announcement, they had factored in the loss of 2,900 tons of molasses, and that as such, then it was factored in to say that of that loss, the farmers are going to lose 65% of it, and BSI is going to lose 35% of it, which amounts to a significant amount for the cane farmers.
Now, how did it factor into this whole equation that the farmers will end up paying the brunt of this loss?
Okay, put it this way, right? It's what you call the net strip value of molasses or net strip value of sugar. What they do is that the value of molasses, let's say the value is $400,000. That's the value of molasses if it would have been sold. But there is the value after you remove all the cost of shipping, cost of handling, and other associated costs, other related costs, right? So the net strip value of that, let's say for an agreement with BSI and the cane farmer is that after we remove all the costs, we divide what is remaining, 65% for the cane farmers and 35% for BSI. So that's how they came down with this 65-35. Because they say, okay, we didn't sell the molasses, it's lost, which means that I will not pay you now 65%, which is equivalent to 200 and what is it there? Which is equivalent to $281,233. That is what the 65% is translated to. And DSI will then absorb the 35%. The argument that farmers have is the following: we have sold you the sugarcane, you have processed the sugarcane, the byproduct of molasses, you have processed it. It deteriorated under your responsibility. So why does the cane farmer have to absorb a loss of $281,000? You see?
So basically, you're saying that it is an unfair action being taken by BSI.
Absolutely. Or as the release states, Patrick, that we signed an agreement. We forcefully signed an agreement saying that once sugarcane hits the scales, it belongs to ASR. They are responsible for it, right? They are responsible for it. The deterioration of molasses occurred on the premises of ASR, in BSI, in the compound, right? So you are saying that you have to be responsible for it. All of a sudden now you are saying, guess what? The molasses spoiled, and you now will absorb 65%, and I will absorb 35%. How is it? It is now to their convenience. When we were fighting for the bagasse, they're saying, oh, no, the bagasse is mine. Once you hit the scale, it's mine. I reserve the right to do what I want with the bagasse. It is my expense. And we said, okay, fine. But now you are saying when it's convenient to you, oh, no. You have to absorb 65% and I will absorb 35%. It is unfair. It's an injustice to the cane farmer.
Now you say it is unfair, but what can be done at this point? I mean, BSI will go ahead and still charge you all for that.
We are calling on the two entities. We are calling on ASR to tell them to stop their nonsense, to stop to disrespect, and stop to cheat the cane farmer. And we are also asking the government to intervene through the SICB. That is the whole role of the SICB, to mediate and to trash out problems that exist between the miller and the cane farmer. They have to do their job, Patrick.
So this release that was issued today, when did you issue the call on government to intervene, the SICB?
Well, we have been calling on government to intervene forever through the SICB, because the SICB is inactive, is very inactive, and we have always called the government and asked them that they have to take responsibility, they have to be held to task, they have to function as a board that regulates the sugar industry, because there seems to be no law. ASR gets away with everything and anything they want.
If you all don't get a response, what's the next course of action?
We have not. Our party, you're asking us the cane farmer or the deputy party leader for the PUP?
As both.
As both. Okay, two hats now. As a cane farmer, I am encouraging the leaders of association to take legal action. And two, the PUP will support whatever the farmer's decision is. We will support the cane farmers. If they decide to take legal action, I'm certain that the PUP will join them and support them in whatever we can in that regard. If they will take some kind of other action, we also will discuss with them, we will dialogue with them to see what is the way forward. But we will support the associations in this matter.
The People's United Party, in a release sent out today, notes that lower quality sugar cane had been milled in the past, and yet there were no Maillard reaction. The PUP says that BSI ASR's intention to blame the farmers for this recent loss is viewed as being seriously deficient, baseless, and lacking substance. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. We will have more of the day's stories for you right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing to hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property. Nine women, one ball, one diamond, 7 innings, one winner. It's a game of numbers. It's women's amateur softball in full high definition. Catch all the action from the diamond live on TNC 10, Belize's sport, news, and information station.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. The first week of summer camp for primary school age children, sponsored by the Toledo-based Yakshe Conservation Trust, has ended. According to facilitators of the event, the children learned about climate change and how to mitigate the effects of this global phenomenon.
And we just finished off the first week with our 7 to 11-year-olds. This week we focused on climate change, learning about weather and climate. And then we also had a really fun field trip to Coxcomb Basin, where we learned about protected areas and the animals that live in them. And we got to learn a little bit more about why Yakshe is doing the work that we do. Our theme for this year was climate change, taking a stand for our future. So I hope that all of our kids this week learned something new and they can take a stand for our future.
Learn about climate change and we play fun games.
I learned about weather.
I learned about weather and climate change.
My favorite things about summer camp is going to trips, learning new stuff, and having.
While last week's camp was for children up to the age of 11 years old, the second week is focusing on older children.
We'll be having the 12 to 14-year-olds. They're going to be learning a lot about climate change, but also about the resources that we use, what's sustainable, what's unsustainable, renewable, non-renewable, and they'll also be taking a fun field trip to the barrier reef system.
This series of summer camps is being sponsored by the Yakshe Conservation Trust in collaboration with the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center and UK AID. Police in San Ignacio have recovered a number of items, including firearms that were stolen in a burglary in Bullet Tree Falls Village on Sunday. Ari Manzanero went to the police station this morning to report that sometime on Sunday, his house was burglarized and that 2 of his licensed shotguns and cartridges were stolen. A team of CIB officers and personnel from the Special Assignment Team was dispatched to Bullet Tree Falls Village, and they went to the residence of 19-year-old Santiago Vasquez Jr., where a search led to the discovery of a 20-gauge shotgun and 4 cartridges. Vasquez was immediately arrested. The team of officers also conducted a search at the residence of 23-year-old Randy Manzanero. Officers noticed a fresh patch of dirt in the yard, which led them to believe that something had been buried there. When officers proceeded to dig in the area, they uncovered a 16-gauge shotgun and 3 cartridges. Manzanero was subsequently arrested. Both Manzanero and Vasquez now face firearms and burglary charges. 3 murders were recorded this past weekend, one in Orange Walk, one in the Belize district, and the other in Belmopan. We begin with the most recent incident, which happened this morning in Belmopan. The victim has been identified as 31-year-old Regina Williams. According to reports, Williams' body was found around 7 o'clock this morning by her 13-year-old daughter. Family members say that Williams left home around 9:30 last night, and that was the last time that she was seen alive. Investigations continue. Police in Orange Walk are investigating the Sunday morning murder of a high school teacher. The body of 39-year-old Marcel Azueta was discovered around 5 o'clock on Sunday morning in the area of St. Peter's Street near the Fort Collins Marketplace. Reports from Orange Walk say he had a single cut wound to the right side of the neck. Police say that around 3 o'clock on Sunday morning, someone who was passing by the area discovered the body and saw 2 persons on bicycles riding away from the scene. A motive behind Azueta's murder has not yet been ascertained, and investigations continue. The third weekend murder victim is Gardenia Village businessman 38-year-old Nathan Underwood. According to police reports, Underwood was at Nate's school spot on Friday night when a lone gunman came from behind the building and opened fire on Underwood, fatally wounding him. After processing the scene, police say they recovered a total of 11 expended shells. Underwood's body was taken to the morgue at the KHMH, where it now awaits a post-mortem examination. This is the news on the national channel. We will take a look at the weather right after these messages.
My dad never misses a football match.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's on me.
Now, wherever there's internet, you don't have to miss a single minute of TV. And the best part of My TV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. My TV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
The weather was mostly sunny today as fair conditions continue to prevail over our area. Here is the forecast for Tuesday. that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Francisca Wellington at the Belize Weather Bureau. To summarize the news, here are the headlines again. Prime Minister Dean Barrow goes for medical appointment in the United States. Murders reported in Orange Walk and Belmopan. And Yakshe Conservation Trust sponsors summer camp for children. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.